Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to Engineer's Life 2. Last episode, we built this monstrosity of things from immersive petroleum to get us our first taste of various petroleum-based fluids to include gasoline, lubricant, and sulfurized diesel. So the Distillation Tower, I've since let it run to the point where it did what it was going to do, which is fill up this gas tank, or this tank full of gasoline, because it's the one we're going to get the most out of. And can you please go away? Thank you. Now, pay attention to that later on. We'll talk about it in just a second. So that we can at least start playing with some of the fluids that we're going to get from the immersive petroleum portion of immersive engineering. So what we're going to continue on, I think, is we're going to start looking down some of the, excuse me, I had to kind of scratch my nose for a second there. We're going to have to kind of work down the rest of some of what is going to happen through immersive engineering as far as playing with the mods that are right here. And actually, go ahead and let me claim those. I've been kind of cleaning up some of the leftover stuff, and as we can see, we're finally starting to get some of this stuff cleaned up, at least in this chapter. So I did do a little bit more down here and unlocked a couple of other little things, not major big deals, but I went ahead and crafted a mining drill and additional augers and a few things just because it was available. And of course, I didn't manage to catch this one because I didn't have this open. So I think as a little bit of the counting for various things is starting to be a little bit more of a pain in the butt as far as some of this stuff goes. But anyhow, we're going to continue down this line just as soon as we do a little bit more looking on some of the stuff that we've done today, or at least in the last few episodes. Now, if you guys have noticed one thing here, you're probably noticing this already, is that I finally went and made a crafting remote. So crafting a remote, if I can get this to pull up, please, probably should have went the other way, is fairly easy, simple, aside from 4 blocks. 4 blocks are a royal pain in the tail to find and or make, and those are sea lanterns. So let's check this out really quickly. I've known about these for a while, and I finally got mad, and I flew over there with my elytra, and I stole the 4 little bitty lanterns that are out of the top of that monument, and I think I grabbed 1 or 2 out of this one over here. I did go ahead and rename there should be a thing right there, a waystone that's really close to this village. We may or may not get ornery and try to do something with this. May or may not. I don't know why I would need fish, and I don't know why I would need anything, but we do have the ability to be able to build some really big things, and for some odd reason there's an arrow pointing that direction, and I haven't flown that way yet. But this is out here by the area where I went and dug up a whole lot of clay, and I believe the sand village is right here somewhere. So like this one's sitting completely in a pile of nothing but sand, so whenever I really need a lot of sand, I just go get it. But we've got a bunch of other stuff going on, so let's come out of there. That allowed me to craft that crafting remote because I got really tired of running back and forth between the base and out here and our storage room and out here, even to the point that one of the rewards that I got gave us a waystone, so I can now go over to here and go back into the new base or do whatever we need to do. So one of the fun things that I was really kind of glad to get a hold of, and I know it's kind of like what do you do with it thing, is the byproduct that comes out of oil production, which is bitumen, this stuff right here. And what you can do with it right off the bat is make asphalt concrete. That's exactly what you do with it right off the bat. If you're going to be in a walking base like I'm going to be for the majority of this area, we're not going to try to fly because of the fact that we've got all these things. Sure, we'll probably eventually build a jetpack. Sure, we'll probably have a few other cool little things like that. But if you're walking, you always want to be able to work on your walk speed. And this asphalt concrete really makes a massive difference over other things. Considerable difference. Even so much as it makes a massive difference over the concrete that's right there. So I think this concrete even gives you a little bit of a bonus as well. We do have a bonus walking speed as far as things go. I mean, we're getting our skills up kind of decently well. They're being okay, at least for the most of it. So that is something I was really looking forward to, was being able to get a little bit of asphalt concrete so we could get back and forth and around the base a lot faster. So Let's talk about this thing. I finally got bored and I finally started building a kind of a shell for our ore processing facility. And since I ripped out all of that concrete from the pathways, I went ahead and put some of it into this building. We're not done yet, and I'm going to kind of continue to do a little bit more detailing, I think, on it, but I'm kind of liking what we're coming up with, at least at this point. I did go ahead and, kind of do the thing that is make a little bit more concrete from using gas concrete. It's an easier way to stretch your concrete if you have a source of sand or red sand, whatever. You can just make a bit of gas concrete. Gas concrete's not as strong as regular concrete, so it will break a lot easier, and it has a slightly different texture. I think it's in that one, right? Is that it? Concrete has a slightly different texture. If you look, it's just a little bit brighter or darker, and it's going to be one of those things we'll probably use to try to maybe accent a little bit. So like how you kind of tend to mix the brick patterns up, or you mix the concrete patterns up, we can mix this up, making things look a little bit prettier and nicer. So I didn't want to put that in there. I wanted to put it in there and then pick it up. Anyhow, we're going to run over to the steel processing area. I think we kind of touched on that last time. Actually, what we're going to do is we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. We are doing decently well on steel at this point. We've got 2,622 steel ingots. I shut it off for now because I didn't need it running while I was trying to clean up the mess that was out there. And actually, I should just go put this in here, and you guys can do this. The factory's basically off right now, so nothing is really processing or nothing is really going on. What I did do as far as make a change in this building is it kind of bothered me that I didn't really have an even 3x3 split. Can I get up here, please? As far as this system goes, so what I did was I changed the input from being over there to the middle of the building because it just made more sense. And then I kind of have a not so great. Can I get down, please? Down. There we go. I got to learn how to use this stuff. Anyhow, I kind of decided that what I was going to do was at least attempt to make a better balanced 1x3 splitter, or balance, or whatever you want to call it. So it's 1 in and then 3 out technically. So we go 1 splits one direction, this direction, and that gets split and goes to either of those 2 machines. 1 splits this direction, goes to that machine, or is returned. So as long as we don't have a crazy, nasty line of stuff coming in, it does okay. I'm not saying it was as good as the other splitter we had, because the other splitter was basically prioritizing that machine over everything. So that one was always running, which is fine. It's not a humongous deal. But I wanted to kind of try to see if we couldn't at least even out the pull between all of those machines. I should have made 2 of them or 4 of them. I should not have done 3, but it is what it is. We'll just continue to play with it. I went and changed the hoppers out, the factory hoppers out for factory droppers, because factory droppers have the same kind of function, and then when attach those guys to some chutes, so you actually get to see the ore drop into the machine. It's just a personal preference. I like to be able to watch it. This building is not done. I still need to do the ceiling and the supports, and I think I'm going to build in a walking kind of catwalk in here somewhere, somehow, so that I can come up here and just kind of watch the whole mess work. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. I kind of looked up and realized, hey, dummy, you need to do an episode today. I need to quit building. So we're going to move forward a little bit with our technology. I think what I want to do today, is kind of look at a couple of things, and then we're going to kind of further out this technology that we have. So let's take a look at some of this stuff really quickly. And we're going to look out kind of this direction. We're not going to do any of this yet, but we're going to need to be able to kind of figure out a couple of things. What do you do with gasoline is basically the question. Gasoline is something you're going to get all the time. And as we saw before, here, a bucket of gasoline mixed with some uranium grit will get you yellorium dust. And this is a recipe that we can use in the Immersive Engineering assembler thing, crafty, automatic crafter thing, so that we can just do this. We'll just feed it uranium grit and a bucket of gasoline, and it will craft this for us and then export that. We can then dump that into a secondary arc furnace, which we're going to have to go get and feed a couple other things. So some of that stuff out here is actually going to happen. We're actually going to play around with it. We're actually going to make it work. The reactor likely will live out here somewhere. We're going to keep moving this direction, and I'll probably build it, I don't know, maybe back here just somewhere, just because that way we can have a secondary way of being able to move power around and do things. So let's take a nap and talk about what we need to do. So with all of that said, some of the other things that I can see with gasoline that I may actually want to play with is make biofuel out of it. So if we take 500 millibuckets of gasoline and give it a piece of graphite dust, we can get 500 millibuckets of biofuel. Biofuel, you would normally probably burn that off in a biofuel generator, which I don't think we can actually craft. It doesn't allow me to craft it. Neither one of these two things are available. There's a whole bunch of other little things that I don't think we can actually mess with or do anything with yet. But either way, you get a biofuel bucket. We can take a biofuel bucket and mix 4 millibuckets, or I should say half a bucket. Half a bucket? Half a bucket. Half a bucket of this. You take 4 millibuckets of this plus 8 millibuckets again of some gasoline will give you 10 millibuckets of biodiesel, which we can then burn in our generators. Now, is that more efficient than just running the diesel straight out of one of these things? Well, the sulfurized diesel, there's a few things we can do with it. Unfortunately, you can't really get any of this to figure out what it's supposed to do unless you click on a coker. Coker, you can create a bunch more sulfurized diesel with the bitumen that we're getting and water. Ignore that dimensional plasma. Apparently that stuff just ordicks with water. You can get a little bit of that. Now you lose a lot of water for that, plus you get a pet coke, which you can then crush into pet coke dust, which you can then industrial squeeze and hop graphite dust, or you can just burn this stuff off. I am at a point right now where I don't really know if we're going to care about that. And the reason why I think I'm going to really kind of not care about it is the fact that if we do charcoal and we do this, we can get graphite dust. 2 of these, 1 charcoal gets me 3 graphite dust. And if I mix that with a little bit of gasoline and some biofuel, we can make more biodiesel and get rid of this gasoline without even having to worry about spending on it. Which means this whole thing over here will just kind of augment what this is going to do. So I think what we're going to try to do is actually go down that line. Now that's going to be an entire arc furnace we're going to have to dedicate to that process, but it's something that we could easily do because of the fact that we should be able to automate making charcoal. Charcoal. How do you make charcoal? Well, according to this, it's in a coke oven with logs or an industrial kiln, which is a log, which is a charcoal. It gets 2 out of that kind of thing, which is actually kind of neat. Nope. How you make, it's not this, it's this. Come on, make it work. There it is, crude. Well, anyhow, you guys kind of saw that. That's a thing that we haven't touched on yet, and I think it's something I want to build today, which is this thing. So we're going to have to go get the machinery manual updated, made, and then figure out how to get this thing built, laid down, and see what it does, because it's supposedly a specialty multi-block structure specifically made for this pack. So let's take a run all the way over here, which I should not have done. I should have just jumped on the little thing and teleported back. But let's go ahead and make that thing. So we need what is this? Let's build everything that's going to require. So you want me to make a machinery manual, which is going to be a light engineering block and a book. That thing. Hey, we can do it. Cool. What do we get? So this is going to show me basic machinery, industrial kiln. Oh my, that's a big thing. Where did I lose the thing? Okay, there it is. Place controller scene. Can I rotate, please? Oh, it has a visualize. Really cool. Let's go outside here and see what we get. Because I think one of our next steps is going to be working on a tree farm. Can I just set it down and look at it? Interesting. Because I think, like I said, I think what I want to start working on fairly soon, as you guys notice, I ripped the farm out that was right here, and that's mainly because I think we're going to start trying to build some more industrial structures right here. And I probably shouldn't have, but I kind of want to locate our somewhat general tree farm or tree production or wood production or stuff like that kind of right in this general area, because that will allow us access to that stuff, which means I can automatically make charcoal, I can automatically make the treated wood, and then we can automatically just make all that kind of fun stuff. So let's see about getting this thing figured. Stupid Enderman, my goodness. See if we can get that thing figured out, and we can move on with today's episode. So, we can unvisualize that. I'm pretty sure that it's there. 21 reinforced foundations, 10 is dark shingle roofs, bricks, dark shingle roof blocks, brick wall stairs, external heater, dark shingle roof, chimney. Oh my goodness, at the stuff. Let me build all that, and then I will be back with you guys. Alrighty then, I think I've got everything we need. I put it all in this box. That should be everything that we're after, although I am a little concerned about this extracting conveyor belt part. We'll have to look at the actual thing and see whether or not it's just part of the structure or part of how the whole thing works, because two of the bricks that were these two, that one and this one and that one, both required come on, those things to function. So we'll find out if we need it. If we do, we'll just make another one. No big deal. I think I might even have a few laying around. Hello world, let me have it back, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so what I want to do I think is we're going to consider this fact that maybe right in here we're going to have a tree farm getting built. And stupid Enderman, what are you doing? Quit. Put my stuff back. Anyhow, so we're going to probably try to think about processing wood products maybe right around in this general area, which means this thing's probably going to get built like, excuse me, right over there. I do need to make room, and remember I need to make room for this thing, which is going to be where our redstone production excavator is going to be. I'm planning on this whole area to just kind of get industrialized and built up and look kind of nasty, even to the point that I'm probably just going to stick down stuff kind of like I did like over there and around, and I still need to go get the parts to build that thing. But let's say we're going to put it right maybe right here. Is that an idea? So we can make wood over there, we can pump the creosote oil into the system, and maybe we can do that production right over there in that little corner, because that's not a huge thing to do. It's really actually going to be a fairly small production thing to just keep a decent amount of that on stock. Essentially what we're going to do is just going to kind of keep doing like we did with this, where we're going to make a product and then we're going to put it on the belt, and then we're going to run that belt all the way back over to the main storage facility, and then shut it off as we need it. So, or turn it on, turn it off as we need it. So the same thing will happen with the wood. The wood will end up with a sawmill, maybe. So probably what we'll end up doing is we'll do like a sawmill or the saw thingy. I'm getting ahead of myself, whatever. We'll probably make creosote, treated wood and regular wood and whatnot right here, using that stuff from a tree farm that I'll build in between episodes. And then we're going to start producing charcoal right here. So yeah, I think I like that idea. I think that's how we're going to make this work. Matter of fact, I think we're going to go ahead and take these out. This is just me screwing around trying to make things look prettier. So let's see about dealing with this thing. So I want some floor blocks. What do we want for floor blocks this time? Actually, let's go grab, for fun, let's go grab some of these. Yeah, I think we'll use some of this again. This shouldn't need a lot of room, but we'll go ahead and make a little bit of more bricks just because we got them. And then we'll build a kind of a nice structure around it. So we'll go probably right to there. Building gadget. Can we do maybe like that? And then that. Whoop. Nope. So, building gadget. Getting really tired of the rocks and the sticks on the ground. Go away, please. Cool. Awesome. All right. This thing needs to get put on top of this, and I'm assuming this book is going to tell us all the cool things about what we need to do, and it's even going to tell me how to build it nicely. Wonderful. Place normal conveyor towards the input and the extractor conveyor pulling from the output. I figured you were going to make me do that. Let's see. Where is my other box? Where is the one that has the stuff in it? Okay, so we do have one of those. Okay, so we need some of those and some of those, as well as what is in this thing. So let's get our visualization going, and I think we're going to point it that way, if it'll fit. So we're going to find out how big this needs to be. So basic machinery, industrial kiln, visualize. Can I rotate? How I rotate? How I rotate. There we go. Do we want to build it into the floor? Is that the output or the input? How do you know? There's the controller. Do that for now. Is that too close to the front on this side? Because essentially it's just going to dump right up and into the... Yeah, let's move it over a little bit more. So we'll do about that. And that way, if we need to make another one, there's still plenty of room back here to stack one behind it. Where are we at? Right there. Try that. What does that look like? Yeah, I think I'm going to move it back just a little bit more. Just a little more. Unvisualize. Visualize. And we'll put it right there. Yeah, that's nice. 3 blocks in the front and 2 or 3 this direction in case we decide we need to move that thing. And then I can always go that direction with everything else that we're going to need to play with. I'm being picky. Quit being picky. Give me the book. Forward one. There we go. All right, let's build this thing, which I now have a mess of stuff in my inventory. So let's have the fun stuff. I believe we start with these. And these are really cool blocks too. I might have to start using some of this stuff. Now that we have a ton of steel to play with, I may have to start using some of the really cool blocks that steel gives us. Alrighty then, what is the one in the middle? That's gonna be a, is that the furnace? It's kind of hard to tell. I guess we grab our book out and we use the manual. Yeah, the furnace is in the middle. Plus a few more things, and okay, this is going to be a fun one. Let's see what we can't do here. We need the those, these. Put some of this away for now. And yeah, just put all that stuff out of your way for right now. Just get the stuff you need, and we'll figure it out as we go. So that should be the output, right? That's an external heater. I wonder if it's going to be picky how they need to be placed. This is a kiln. That is the input. And I'm guessing that means this needs to be... Where is it? Where did they go? There it is. That direction. And this goes that way. Nope. Down. Wow, I don't know how that happened, but okay. I can't see, that's why. Let's see if we can do it this way. I need you to point this way. Okay, cool. And that looks like a brick. That looks like a wall. That looks like a wall. That looks like a controller. That looks like a wall. That's not in the right place. That is one of those. That's this. Brick, input, brick, this, wall, power. Where the heck did that go? Hey. Hello? Oh, I put it in the wrong place. How did I do that? Brick. There you go. Brick, shingle, wall, power. Why does that not look right? Is that the output? What is this? What did you grab? What is the wrong thing? That's the energy input port. This is supposed to be an energy input port. I'm assuming that's right. Okay, so then we got to get up a level. And that is going to be a shingle? No. Did it not go where I told it to go? Why is that not there? Is it there? It is there. I get this looks weird, I guess. Maybe it's just my eyeballs not working correctly. All right, so a stair. That looks like a full block. Another stair. I know this is just absolutely riveting stuff, but wow, is this kind of hard to tell. Another block. One more stair. One of those. 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 One of these. One of these. One of these. Two more of those. And the sun's going down. And that and that. Found structure. Industrial Kiln controller. Cool. All right. Sleep. Alrighty then, let's pick up where we left off. We got all that built. That's going to sit there and do that, which means we're going to have to kind of fiddle around with some kind of structure for that, and I may or may not leave it where it's at, but I think for the moment I'm pretty well happy with how that looks. Cool. That will allow us access and entry. We're going to probably build this another couple wide. Where is my thing? So we can just do something like that, and then doot, and that'll work for now. That'll give us some room to kind of play with. So I'm guessing if I go do some stuff, so we do have a bunch, or at least I did have a bunch of acacia. Can I have acacia? Wood, log, something. I know I didn't have to run in here. I'm still trying to get used to the fact that I have that controller, or the remote. So if we just do this and we give it some power, so we need to give it some. This is actually fairly low if I remember correctly what it said. So we'll do. Give me one of those. That actually needs to get put in my thing. We'll just go ahead and eat it. Get it out of your life. Yum. All right. Connector and wire. Go. And I want one of these, I think, for the minute. Can I have this, please? And we'll bring it around the back. So to there, to there. That should be hooked up to this one right here, yes? And these wires, since we fiddled around with them, since I removed all those extra connectors, we have not had a single wire burn since. So go figure on that one. Go figure on that one. I don't know. All right, do we have power? This looks like a modular machine, but it's not. I mean, it could be, but it doesn't feel like it. All right, well, let's throw some wood in it and see what it does, I guess. Is that what we do? Bloop. That's cool. And those should just be spitting out charcoal on this side. Charcoal in a, crafting of this, an industrial kiln furnace. Each log is going to get us 2 pieces of charcoal. And these 2 pieces of charcoal we're going to use to make graphite dust eventually, mixed with raw bitumen. And we can then do, like I said, with this and do some kind of silliness like that. So that's pretty stinking cool. And I think that is pretty much where we're going to end the episode. So I think for now, we're going to continue playing along down that line. Maybe we'll get that set up. What I'm going to do for sure in between episodes is I'm going to go ahead and put the tree farm, or put a farm back in, and we're going to start growing trees. I need to go see if I have spruce saplings. I don't think I do. No, I'm going to have to go shopping or go buy some from the fellow back here, but I think we'll deal with that later. That is pressure point, whatever. Anyhow, there we go. The industrial kiln thing, cool part deal, is now going to be used to be making us some stuff. It will make glass, it will make bricks, it will make charcoal, it'll make a lot of other stuff a lot faster for us, and I'm kind of glad I finally got around to making it. So for now, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.